Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wet Shaving with Angelo. I'm Angelo, and today's going to be a good day and a good shave. And I want to wish a happy belated birthday to my friend Rod George, who makes beautifully made razors. In fact, my razor of choice is my custom-made razor from him, the Catacombs 2 razor with a Personna Israeli blade in it. And this is an excellent razor. He made the handle all by himself out of brass or something. Yeah, it was like a brass fin. It was a brass made razor, and he added these little skulls to it, which makes it look real nice. And the head is a Maggard V3A head, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the razor I'm going to be choosing. And in the forum, the Shave Den, December is what we call decadent December, where you're encouraged to use your top shelf or your best products for your shaves of the day, photos and videos. So for other products I'm going to be using, one item I got as a gift from my mother for my birthday last week, or a week or two ago, Martin de Condres Fougere. Let me tell you about this soap. Now, you see me shave with other Martin de Condres shave soaps. I've used Agrooms and I've used Original. This is one of the best smelling soaps of all the soaps I've used. If you like a good Fougere shave soap, and you find this and you find the discount you can use on this, or even if you just have the funds for this, invest in the Martin de Condres shave soap Fougere, because this is really what I think is one of the best Fougere shave soaps on the market right now, and it's going to last you a long time, even if you use it day in, day out. So that's the soap I'm using. Aftershave of choice I'm going to be using Czech Speake number 88. This is Czech Speake's signature scent, and to my nose it's got a very lovely mossy and woodsy scent. Like I forgot to write down all the scent notes, but I know there's some bergamot and some sandalwood in there, and I guess the bergamot gives the mossiness and the sandalwood with the woodsiness, but there's other notes in there as well. I'll try to list them later on. And brush of choice, because I had some cash from my family for birthday, I decided to invest that Maggard. I should mention before I get to the brush, I was able to pick up this bottle of aftershave from Maggard Razors during their Cyber Monday sale for 70% off, which normally at Maggard's this sells for $150. I got it for $45 with free shipping. You can't beat that. And my rule of thumb with any luxury aftershave, the most I'm willing to spend on any aftershave, luxury or not, is maximum $50. So that was within my range for this discount. And shave brush of choice, the Simpsons Chubby 2 synthetic. I used some of my family's gift money that they gave me for my birthday to buy this brush, because I've always been curious about the Simpsons line of shave brushes. And the instructions do tell you not to do circular motions when building the lather on your face or on the soap, but rather to go back and forth like a painting motion. This is basically so you don't damage the bristles. So I'm going to I already have my shower. I'm going to wet the face and get the shaving with the first pass with the green. So how's everyone doing out there today? Are y'all having good shaves out there? Let us know in the comments. And I should mention with the Simpsons shave brush, this is my third shave with the Simpsons brush. Just gonna get the bristles nice and wet. There we go, nice and wet. Shake out the excess. And like I said, you want to do back and forth motions with the Simpsons. Simpsons highly encourages back and forth or paint, stroke, brush. Like Simpsons basically encourages their users to use paint strokes to build the lather. Although some guys I've seen use swirling motions, no problems. But again, this is a YMMV case. With this brush, I'm tending to follow the instructions of a paintbrush-like motion, just so I can stretch the life out of this brush as much as I can. And I was able to get this shave brush for a real good bargain on magardrazors.com when they had their 7-year anniversary sale going on. I was able to get $7 off this brush. And actually, even before discount, Maggard Razors had the best price of all. I compared the prices between Maggard's discount with West Coast Shavings. Well, phrase that. I compared Maggard's regular price with West Coast Shavings' regular price, and West Coast Shaving wanted at least $20 or more than what Maggard was asking for. So, like they say, you guys shop around and find the best value for the things you want or need. And even if you were to shop, and I even compared the price before shipping from Simpsons website. If you bought it directly from Simpsons website, the price conversion from Great Britain pounds to American dollars was way more than what I spent on Maggard's for this brush. Okay, so that's got a nice lather going on. Gonna shave first pass with the grain, and this shave is dedicated to Rod George for his belated birthday. And I have roughly about a day and a half's worth of stubble on my face, so let's see how it goes down. But this is a fantastic razor. If you're looking for a custom-made razor, contact Rod George. You can look at his Etsy shop, Rod George Designs, or even contact him on Facebook and ask him to make you a custom-made razor. He does custom jobs. And he stands behind his work. I'm really loving the Israeli Personna blades. They're really mowing through my thick, coarse facial hair, which for me, a day and a half of stubble. For another guy, maybe 3 or 4 days worth of stubble. Because my facial hair just grows so darn fast. Just a really nice shave so far today. And truly decadent for decadent December, I feel. And I know a few wet shavers have mentioned in regards to MDC's Fougere that scent-wise, it's one of the best Fougeres they've ever smelled, and I have to agree with them on that. You know, like scent-wise, MDC Fougere is one of the best Fougeres out there. But MDC is also one of my top 5, or at least top 5, if not top 10, shave soaps of all time. I mean, I love my Artisan shave soaps, I really do. But when I want a luxury feel in my shave, I turn to MDC, or Martin de Condra for short. We'll be wet in the face and ladder, and going to get it lathered up for the second pass across the grain. But this is just an excellent soap base, and if you can find ways to get it for cheaper, there are ways. Like if you use discount codes with some of the wet shaving websites, you can easily get this for a slightly reasonable price. But I will admit that these do come at a pretty penny. I was lucky to get this as a birthday gift from my mother. But the lather, to me, is spectacular for a commercial-made brand of soap. And the brush, and I will say the synthetic Chubby 2, I'm going to phrase that. The Simpsons Chubby 2 synthetic, the bristles are so soft to the touch. You know, and you don't have to mash, and you really don't have to mash it to make a good lather. Just use the tips of the bristles to apply the lather, and you're good to go. And I must say, I see why Simpsons Shave Brush, which has been around since 1919, is widely regarded as some of the best shave brushes in the world. A little back history, one of the old owners of Simpsons sold the brand to Volfix in 2008 when he was about ready to retire, and he wanted a company that would take care of the Simpsons brand and make sure it was still made by hand, completely, like Simpsons shave brush is made completely by hand in-house. So that's what I've learned. Like Simpsons even makes their knots by hand, by weighing out the bristles to make the right size knot per brush. And I will say this, the Chubby 2 synthetic is densely packed. As many people have mentioned about the Chubby synthetics in the past, they are densely packed. And so soft to the touch, the synthetic 2 is. You just gotta know how to handle it. You just gotta know when you use the Simpsons shave brush. Building the ladder is gonna be slightly different than normal. Like I said, you use back and forth painting motions to build the ladder. As opposed to swirling motions. Just a lovely shave so far today. And much needed shave. And Rod George, if you're watching this, happy belated birthday. That was the second pass with the grain, across the grain. I mean, third pass will be against the grain. Let's get to building that lather. I should mention, those unfamiliar with the brands of products I'm using, Simpsons is a British brand that's been based in Great Britain since 1919. Martin de Condre is a French brand of soap that got started over 40 years ago, and Czech Speake the aftershave I'm using is Czech Speake aftershave. They've been around for over 30 or 40 years, and only recent. And they started as a textile company, I believe, but then they moved on to be making grooming products. And Rod George is an artisan who makes his safety razor handles by hand. He also makes handles for gem-style single-edge razors. If you want a custom-made razor, you can always contact him via Facebook or whatever. And he'd be more than willing. I think he would be more than happy to make you a custom razor of any style. Double-edge, that is. Or safety razor, that is. Because he does single-edge razor handles. He does double-edged handles. But I have two of his razors, this one and another one, and he does some beautifully made razors. Some gorgeous handmade razors that you can tell took a lot of time and effort for him to make. That looks like a good lather for a third pass. Time to go third pass against the grain. Let me rinse my fingers off so I don't drop this thing. Although the catacomb design on this razor does make it easy to grip, so I have way less worries of dropping it. Because the catacomb design on this razor makes it so easy to grip, you don't have to really worry about dropping it too much. Well, that was the final pass against the grain. Just going to use my stippling pencil to stop up any time. There seems to be only one, maybe two there's a few little nicks here and there. Not as bad as it could have been. And that could have been my technique and me rushing possibly to finish this shave, which I shouldn't rush my shaves, I understand. But other than that, very tiny amount of damage done, and not even serious damage. So, all in all, good shave. Going to rinse my face and apply the aftershave. It's a good shave overall today. But again, whenever I use Martin de Condra, I seem to always have good shaves with it. Now, is it better than my artisan soaps? That's debatable. I personally think it's good, but I don't know if it's as good as, if not better than my artisans. Like, the artisans take things to a whole new level when it comes to shave soaps. But it is definitely a top 10, if not top 5 soap in my book. I'm going to splash on a little number 88 by Czech Speake. Oh, there it is. Just a nice mossy woodsy scent from number 88 by Czech Speake. Well, everybody, have a good day and have a good shave, everyone. Goodbye.